Looking at the 66 books in the canonized Bible, the scriptures that we have, we at least see that there is at least 3 heavens. We get the at least there being 3 heavens concept from 2 Corinthians 12:2, where it says, such a one caught up to the 3rd heaven. There's many times in the Bible, like in 2 Chronicles 6:18, where it says heavens, heavens, as if there is more than one heaven, implying that there is more than one heaven. 2 Chronicles 6:18 says, but will God in very deed dwell with men on the earth? Behold, heaven and the heaven of heavens cannot contain thee, how much less this house which I have built. The very first verse in the Bible actually literally says there's more than one heaven. Now, okay, the KJV, it reads this, in the beginning God created the heaven and the earth. That is actually that's not the best translation of the verse. The more accurate translation says heavens. LSB says heavens, and many other, it should read heavens, as in there's multiple heavens. Now, personally, when I take a natural look at these verses, I feel like there is more than just 3 heavens. And this is actually a concept that extra biblical texts point to, that there is actually even seven heavens. Now, taking a look at the Apocalypse of Abraham, otherwise known as the Revelation of Abraham, we actually see in chapter 19, verse 4, and I saw on the 7th heaven on which I stood a fire widely extended, and light and dew, and a multitude of messengers, and a power of invisible glory over the living creatures which I saw, but I saw no other being there. So, 7th heaven. Now, there is extra biblical text that even points to there being a 10th heaven, but that is maybe from more questionable resources, texts that don't hold as much weight as maybe the Apocalypse of Abraham and other things like that. But I believe that there is at least 7 just from reading the text. Now, the Bible does talk about a least and a greater in the kingdom of God. So I wonder if this has a part to play with the different levels of heaven. You know, depending on which level of Christian you were, that depends on which level of heaven you were at. Just something to think about. Now, I believe this illustration was from the YouTube channel, the guy who runs it, Hanging on His Words, the YouTube channel, and I plan to put a link in the description where he has a good video. It talks about the different levels of heaven. This is a pretty good illustration, and it shows also the flat earth and, well, the plain earth, and, you know, the biblical, what the Bible points to. So how many heavens do you believe there are? Do you believe there's just 3 or 7 or more? How many do you believe there are?